Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series presented by CamWood Bats. We're live from Asheville, North Carolina on the campus of Asheville High School for a Mountain 3A, 4A conference matchup between the TC Roberson Rams and the Asheville Cougars. It's not just a matchup. It's for the conference championship.
Well, we also got all these cool hits playing in the background that are probably going to make this blocked in some territories. Every game we do, when the music plays in the background, it has a problem with it at YouTube.
This afternoon's
so,
game features the Cougars.
Whatever. Anyway, it's going to be a great game today. It's senior night here for the Cougars. 5 o'clock start time.
5 o'clock first pitch.
And let's go ahead and get right into our Meineke Car Care pregame show.
Leading off and playing
Yeah,
third
I want to
base,
thank our
number 2,
premier
Zach
broadcast
Swing.
sponsor, CamWood Bats,
Batting second
located
and
in
catching,
Haywood
number 8,
County,
JT
with serving
Smith.
baseball and softball players
Batting
across
third
the
and playing
nation.
first base,
Game
number
bats,
24,
trainers,
Caden
tees,
Davidson.
tutorials, and more are
Batting
all
fourth and
available
playing
for
right field,
purchase
number
at
30, Micah Simpson.
www.camwoodbats.com.
Batting fifth and playing
As part of our
shortstop,
partnership
number
with
1,
CamWood,
Jake
make sure to
Parham.
use the coupon code
Batting sixth and playing left field,
BBU
number
for a
17,
10%
Parker
discount
Philippou.
on all purchases
Batting seventh
through
is the
their
DH, number
website.
11, Zeke
As we
Adwine.
head into the Meineke
Batting eighth
pregame
and
show,
playing second
Meineke
base,
is
number
the
4,
pregame
Chapman
and
Smith.
postgame sponsor for Baseball University
Batting
of the
ninth
Blue
and playing center field, number
Ridge's
23,
Western North
Lorenzo
Carolina
Lyles.
Scout and Streaming Series.
The head
With
coach of the
numerous
Rams
locations
is
across
Derek
the
Philippou.
Western North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle
Now for
seen
your
and
Asheville High
serviced.
Cougars, the
Whether it's
season
an
record
oil
of 15
change,
wins and
brakes,
6 losses.
mufflers, tires and wheels, AC and
Leading off
heat,
and playing
you
center
name it,
field, number 10,
Meineke is doing
Trent
car
David.
care right here in Western
Batting
North
second and playing
Carolina.
left field,
Well,
number 13,
These two
Wilkin Lurie.
teams have been
Batting third and
very
playing
hot
shortstop,
this
number
year.
2,
TC
Jay
Roberson
Sekretarski.
already won 2 state
Batting fourth and
championships,
playing
going
third
for a
base, number
third.
3,
They're 19
Tommy
and 4,
Sekretarski.
11 and 0 here in the MAC. And
Batting
again,
fifth
those
and
4
playing right field,
losses
number
are
8, Hayes Hilliard.
nationally ranked teams.
Batting
They
sixth
dropped the
and
game
playing
to
second
Charlotte
base, number
Catholic
1,
a couple
Tate
weeks ago,
Trantham.
who they beat in the
Batting
quarterfinals.
seventh and playing
And
first
Asheville,
base,
after
number
a slow
22,
start,
Matthew
is
Regala.
15-6-1,
Batting eighth
and
and pitching,
currently
number
9
9,
and
Leo
1
Justin.
in conference. Now
ninth
that
and
9
catching,
and 1, is that
number 4,
because they
Henry
still have a
James.
game with AC Reynolds?
They
They
Coach
still
of the
have a
Cougars is
game
Bill
that
Hilliard
they have
Jr.
not finished with AC
He's
Reynolds.
assisted by Jesse
So,
Swain,
wondering if
Logan
that's
Begg,
even going to get
Hawkins
played
Mag,
because
Zach
they haven't
Hall,
rescheduled on
the
Max
legendary
Preps.
Gene
I haven't heard
Haynes.
anything.
I wonder what that would do if that would
Administratively, the
technically make
Cougars are
these
helped in the
guys
dugout by Ella
co-champions
Estrada,
if Asheville
Kira
pulls
Beck,
off the
and
win
Wheeler
today.
Gray.
On Tuesday, Asheville was ahead 3-0 heading into the 6th inning. Got ahead on 2 Jay Sekretarski home runs, but they came storming back, the Rams did, and on a JT Smith walk-off hit with the bases loaded, and the Rams were victorious yet again. These two coaches are 2 of the most celebrated in Western North Carolina. North Carolina, just in general, for your TC Roberson Rams, it's Coach Eric Philippou. He's in his 14th season, and Coach Hilliard is in his 11th season here at Asheville. Both these guys are not shy of the playoffs. Again, we already said that TC Roberson has 2 state championships back-to-back. I believe, and again, I don't have the full bios on these coaches, but I believe they actually played together at UNC Asheville. Again, don't quote me on this. It's my best research. These guys are busy, and sometimes they can't get all the information back to us, so we got to go dig deep. And then I guess after playing together, I think they coached together, I believe at Duke, early in their earlier years and before they got into their high school coaching careers. They've coached a lot of talent throughout the years. TC Roberson last year, what a magnificent run. First round win against Northern Guilford, 6-0. Second round, they took out 16 Weddington, 4-2. Then number 9 Ragsdale, 7-0. Fourth round over West Forsyth, 8-5. And then in the regionals, they took Charlotte Catholic out in 2 straight before defeating Ashley 3-0 and 8-1 to take home that championship. Asheville, it was a little bit quicker. They had a win in the first round versus R.D. Kell, 7-1, and then they lost in the second round to Ronald Wilson, Reagan High School, 9-4. Started their season 0-3, but then won 12 of their next 13 before that tie with West Henderson, 6-6. They were 3-1 recently in that Myrtle Beach tournament. I believe
Last week.
Yeah, Jay Sekretarski blew up in that game. I think, or in that tournament, had 6 home runs, 15 RBIs. Wish you'd been nominated for that Poppy's Player of the Week because, man, what a week he had. So Jay Sekretarski, a UPenn grad, we'll be talking a little bit more about him. TC, again, this season they started 3-1, which went down to tournaments in Alabama and Florida. They're 5-0 on the road, and they're currently on a 6-game winning streak. Coach Philippou's got them once again playing good baseball. and a very good chance to strike on this third straight state championship team. Before we get into the players, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors today.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and start off by thanking our travel sponsor this evening, Ion Outdoors. They're helping Baseball University with the travel expenses we encounter throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in other cases, lodging. Spring is right around the corner, and now is the time to make your dreams of a pool or new outdoor living space a reality. Get ready for summer with Ion Outdoors, serving the greater Charlotte area. Ion Outdoors specializes in pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, and all things outdoor living. Visit our website at ionoutdoors.com to learn more. Mention this ad and receive $500 off any project, ionoutdoors.com. I want to thank our home team sponsor, Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Asheville Cougar prospects, with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches post-game. Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn is based right here out of Asheville and is made with a simple goal: real ingredients, creative flavor that people love, and make it fun. The biggest part of Poppy is that they strive to make the world a better place by spreading joy and caring about others. They make their popcorn with love and intention because that's what it takes to succeed and to spread the positivity we seek. So what's the Poppy secret? Real people, real flavors, real love. Thank you to them for being our home team sponsor. And thank you to our away team sponsor, Hickory Nut Gap, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing, posting highlights for the TC Roberson Rams prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. At Hickory Nut Gap, we believe strong communities start with strong connections on the farm and at the dinner table and on the field. That's why we're proud to support local high school athletics, filling young athletes with real nourishing food and investing in the next generation. Join us in building community through agriculture. Sign up for our CSA. Visit the farm in Fairview or find Hickory Nut Gap meats at your favorite local retailer. Learn more at hickorynutgap.com.
I'll say it's three great sponsors there. Ion has been a big help all year, sponsoring our power rankings, which we'll get into in a minute here. Hickory Nut Gap, they did a lot of great work after Helene donated a ton of meat to try to help families out. And then, of course, Poppy has been awesome this year. Our Poppy's Popcorn Player of the Week sponsor. We usually do a Where Are They Now section, but TC and Asheville, my golly, they've been sending people to the next level for so long. It's going to be a tough one. I was looking through the notes. I believe Bryce Anders still playing out at Tusculum. Let's go back through some of the more current players. I think Will Butcher finished up at Troy and might be playing indie ball now. I know Braxton Davidson hung it up last year, I believe.
So.
His former Atlanta Braves first-round pick. Let's see here.
Aaron McKeithen.
I say Ben Hemphill, I believe, is at, I think, is he still at Asheville? UNC Asheville? Good golly, so many good ball players here. Tyler Kito is at Limestone. I know he's looking for a new home with Limestone shutting down. He'll be fine. He's a good ball player. Let's see. Noah Sorrells is still at St. Andrews. I've coached Noah in middle school, great human. Nick Parham, older brother Jake, is at East Carolina. Cole Penland, I think I heard he's having surgery, so he might be hanging it up, but he was at Brevard. Oh my Lord, who else are we missing here? Let's see. Hayden Youngblood, I think he did his 2 years at Cleveland, might have hung it up. Good golly. We got anybody still in pro ball there, Hunter?
I think Aaron McKeithen's still playing pro ball. Did you mention him?
I did not. When did he graduate?
He graduated in 2018, I think.
Well, a lot of draft picks throughout the years. Josh Bonifay back in 99. Again, Braxton Davidson was first-round pick in 2014. Bo Dickerson drafted in 2000. Justin Jackson, I remember that name when I was at Baseball Factory back in the 2000s. He was a 2007 grad, played in pro ball or minor league ball for a while. Of course, Cameron Maven, first-round pick and a Major League Baseball player for a number of years. And ironically enough, his son's on the other team today. That's Trent Maven. He's the Texas commit in the junior class. McKeithen, who you mentioned earlier, was drafted in 21, but I think he's in the Pirates organization currently, drafted by St. Louis. Chris Narveson, we ran into him. He's coaching at Charlotte Christian now. He was part of that insane staff that Coach Frank had down there with several ex-major leaguers. So anyway, I could ramble on for days on TC's guys. So let's go ahead and check out Asheville. Where are they now? Asheville still got a few guys out there, a few that we worked with. Bo Trantham having a great career up at UVA Wise. He was a baseball U guy. Amrit Brown was a baseball U guy up at Hood College playing D3 ball. Carter Burnett. How about Carter? Coming on strong, never pitching until his senior year of high school here at Asheville, and now he's one of Western's top arms in the Catamounts his freshman year. Davis Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to Asheville High School's Senior Day.
Oh, excuse me.
Today we gather to honor our seniors, the backbone of our baseball program. These young men have dedicated countless hours to perfecting their craft.
I was going to say,
and today we celebrate
Davis
their
Hayes
hard
playing
work,
at Oberlin,
dedication,
I
and
believe,
leadership
still.
on and off the field.
Connor Hillier.
This senior class is now
Barton, 3 Hillier, started at Liberty, now at High Point. Eric Crumpy
winning one
at
conference
UNC.
championship
Asheville,
with the
Kyle
opportunity
Mosier
to compete
at
for a share of
Roanoke.
another today.
I believe Larson Schultz is
These
still
four
down at
seniors
Lenore
have a
Ryan.
combined
And
3.73 GPA.
Martius, I'm going to
Not only do they represent our
Marchesini,
program on the field and community,
I believe is still
but
playing
obviously
or
in the
just hung
classroom
it up
as well.
recently. He was at Cleveland, Newberry, and Catawba Valley, so he might be playing still.
Our
as
first
well.
senior, Hayes Hillier.
Say senior night here for Asheville.
Hayes is being escorted by his mom, Kelly Hillier, and his dad and coach, Bill Hillier.
Say,
Though unable to attend, Hayes also honors his
throw up
former
those
Cougar
power
brothers,
rankings real
Bree
quick.
and Connor Hillier, who have been a part of his journey both on and off the field. Hayes will continue both his academic and athletic careers at North Carolina Wesleyan
the
University.
senior introductions, but we'll have those power rankings up there for you just so you can see where we stand
Hayes'
heading
most
into the
memorable
final
moment as a
end of the
Cougar
final
came
week
during
of
his
the
freshman
season.
year, when the team won the conference championship and finished with an all-time school best record of 21-3, a season that set the bar high and left a lasting impression. Being part of the Asheville High baseball program has taught Hayes invaluable lessons, not just about baseball, but about life. He says the program showed him how to work relentlessly to be his best, and most importantly, how to love and respect his coaches and teammates like family. To his teammates, Hayes shares a message to carry with them. Live by the quote from Bobby Brower, "Success knows no day off." As he reflects on his time as a Cougar, Hayes gives thanks from the heart. I want to thank God for blessing me with 4 amazing years in this program and for the opportunity to play college baseball. I want to thank my mom for being my rock, always by my side, guiding me through everything. I also want to thank my dad, my lifelong mentor and role model. Without him, I wouldn't be the man I am today. And to Coach Swain and Coach Craig, thank you for never giving up on me and for helping me even when I didn't always deserve it. I love you all. Hayes, your dedication, toughness, and passion have made a lasting mark on this program, and thank you for being a Cougar. Hayes Hillier. Next, we recognize senior Leo Justin. Leo is being escorted by his dad, Adam Justin, and his mom, Kate Justin, and honors his brother, Sam Justin, also a former Cougar. Leo will be continuing his academic journey at UNC Charlotte, where he plans to pursue his academic passions. One of Leo's most memorable moments as a Cougar was as a freshman playing cornhole with the older guys during the team's trip to Myrtle Beach, a tradition that came full circle this year when he played pool against the younger guys. It's those shared experiences and bonds with teammates that have made his time truly unforgettable. Leo's journey through Asheville High baseball program is deeply rooted. He's been part of it since age 5, attending camps with his brother and cheering from the stands long before he took the field himself. He says being a Cougar has taught him the value of perseverance during tough times and what it truly means to be a good teammate. One of the most powerful parts of Leo's story comes from off the field. Last season, his world was shaken when his mom was diagnosed with cancer. Watching her strength through that battle has become one of the biggest inspirations on his life. Seeing her in the stands at every baseball game since then reminds one of his favorite parts of playing baseball. Leo would like to thank his dad, his brother, his coaches, his teammates, and especially his mom for their unwavering support and love throughout his years at Asheville High. Leo, your courage, diligence, and heart have left a lasting legacy. Once a Cougar, always a Cougar. Leo Justin. Next, we recognize senior Matthew Regaller. Matthew is being escorted by his parents, Matt and Grace Regaller, and his brother, Marshall. His sister, Emma Regaller, is unable to attend, but is here in spirit, cheering him on from afar. Matthew will be attending Flagler College, where he plans to study business as he begins an exciting new chapter in both academics and life. When reflecting on his time with Asheville High baseball, Matthew says his most memorable moments include the team trips to Myrtle Beach, shared meals with teammates, and a moment of fun competition when he won $100 in a ping pong match. Memories filled with laughter, camaraderie, and connection. Matthew credits this program with teaching him how to face adversity and overcome injuries, and perhaps most importantly, how to stay grounded. There are always ups and downs, and the best thing you can do is stay in the middle. He offers heartfelt gratitude and says, I want to thank my parents for the countless hours and resources they've invested in supporting me. I thank my little brother for always motivating me to be the best role model I can be. And I thank my coaches for believing in me and pushing me to reach my full potential. Matthew, your growth, perseverance, and leadership have made you a standout both on and off the field. Congratulations, and thank you for 4 years as a Cougar. Matthew Regala. Lastly, we honor senior Jay Sekretarski. Jay is being escorted by his proud parents, Jimmy and Aaron Sekretarski, and his siblings, Tommy and Annie. Jay will be attending the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Business, where he plans to study finance, an exciting next chapter for a student athlete who has consistently excelled both on and off the field. When asked about his most memorable moment as a Cougar, Jay looks back fondly on winning the conference championship his freshman year, a moment that set the tone for his high school baseball journey. Being a part of the Asheville High baseball program has meant everything to Jay. He shares that it taught him how to handle adversity and how to form lasting, meaningful relationships. For Jay, being a Cougar has never just been about baseball. It's always been being a part of a second family. Wearing the A on his chest is something he has always taken pride in and will never take for granted. To his teammates, Jay says, thank you for always having my back. I cannot wait to watch what you do with the program going forward, and you will always be my brothers. Jay also shares his deepest gratitude. First and foremost, I want to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible. I also want to thank my family, friends, teammates, and coaches for their unwavering support. To Coach Hilliard, Coach Swain, and Coach Craig, I am forever grateful for what you've done for me. And thank you to Asheville High for the best 4 years of my life. Jay, your leadership, dedication, and consistency have made you one of the all-time great Cougars. Thank you. Jay Sekretarski. Finally, we want to give a special thank you to two incredible members of our Cougar baseball family, Ella Estrada and Kiera Beck. Ella and Kiera, your dedication, hard work, and behind-the-scenes support have meant the world to this team. Whether it was keeping things organized, handling equipment, managing the dugout, or just being a steady presence throughout the highs and lows of this season, you've been there for it all. Your commitment did not go unnoticed. You've helped create a positive and professional environment, and you've made every day smoother for the players and coaches alike. Most importantly, you did it all with grace, energy, and team spirit. Thank you for being such an important part of this program. We appreciate you more than words can say, and you'll always be a part of the Cougar family. To all of our seniors, thank you for your unwavering commitment, your passion, and your leadership. You have left an incredible mark on our baseball program, and we are immensely proud of everything you have accomplished. Let's give one final round of applause for our seniors.
We'll see. Might be heading right into the anthem next, so
Yeah.
hold up for a minute.
Want to talk about our player of the week real quick?
Yeah, say Malachi Data had a great week for East Rutherford. Took out East Lincoln in a 7-inning complete game shutout, 4-0. And on the week in the 3 games, had a home run, 4 for 9 with 5 ribbies. Just a great two-way prospect down there at East Rutherford. Congratulations to Malachi. We'll be getting his popcorn and certificate to him soon. And again, every Saturday, so after tomorrow's game, Saturday morning, I'll send out an email to every coach in Western North Carolina and asking them for their nominations. And thank you to Poppy's for stepping in and sponsoring the Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn Player of the Week. We showed you the power rankings a little earlier there. Decided to take them down with the senior stuff going on. Nothing crazy last night. RS beat Drone 10-0. The game we were at was great. Pisgah defeated Smoky 7-6 in a one-run thriller. Crest wrapped up the Big South last night with a win over Forest View, and there wasn't a lot going on. Mitchell and McDowell won. So not a lot of shuffle. Earlier in the week, again, the big upset was Cherryville over Burns. So I know that the number 1 seed might be changing. South Caldwell plays Watauga tonight for the Northwestern Conference Tournament Championship. So we'll see how things shake up. North is playing West tonight. So after this game, we're going to try to motor home real quick and watch the final couple innings of that. Coach King is 1 win away from tying the record.
Tying the record at 16 wins. I think they had that a couple years ago, and they went 16-8, maybe 16-7.
I want to say it's 22, and then 2022. And playoff wins, I think, count, right? So if they can get a first-round win, they win today and get a first-round win, North Henderson could set a record for new wins in a season. There's a lot of talent on both sides tonight. We'll start with TC Roberson. UNC Asheville commit Zeb Swangham and Jake Harms are seniors in that lineup. JT Smith will be catching. He's going to be going to Wofford. Lorenzo Lyles in center field. He's a Bluefield State Big Blue commit. Caden Davidson committed to Gaston College. Micah Simpson going to be a Catamount. Dylan Odom committed to the New River Muskies up there in Virginia. Heron Smith Martin going to be going to Sewanee out in Tennessee, and CJ Wallace can be a Winthrop commit, or is a Winthrop commit. So lots of talent on that roster. Now for Asheville, you saw him there in the senior day presentation. Jay Sekretarski, a UPenn grad, and Hayes Hilliard heading to play for Coach Clifton at NC Wesleyan, a D3 powerhouse. And then a couple juniors committed. Trent Maven for Texas Longhorns. That's Cameron Maven's son. And Wilkin Lurie, a High Point commit. A few to look at on each side that are uncommitted. Chappie Smith, Brooks Hemphill, Cooper Friedholm, and Parker Philippek make up a strong 27 class. And Holt Gaston, a sophomore on the bump tonight, has touched low 9s in the past, so excited to get him on the radar gun. And then in that junior class, one that we really like is Zeke Adwaters. He's been making strides. He's in the DH spot this evening. For Asheville, one of our favorite middle infielder, Tate Trantham, will be playing second base tonight. Younger brother, Tommy Sekretarski, younger brother of Jay, is going to be at third base. Hunter James, the freshman catcher. And then another arm we were told to look at if he gets in the game is Jericho Swinger in that 27 class. So tons of talent. This is a Western North Carolina Scouts dream ball game tonight. I know Hunter knows how excited I was to get down here and evaluate the talent. That'll bring us into our Meineke Fleet keys to the game. We'll tell you a little bit more about how we think this game is going to have to be won.
Yeah, what makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, rental agencies, and more. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke Fleet Keys to the Game.
Well, it's senior night, so how about a senior night celly, right? This is a lot of emotion on the field. Parents, players, they know this is their last regular season game on this field. What a better way to celebrate than maybe a win, an upset over the reigning state champions and taking co-ownership of that MAC championship. So got to dig deep. Seniors are going to have to come up big for Asheville. TC, key to the game for them is they got to treat it like any other game. They weren't happy with themselves on Tuesday. They felt that they underperformed. They can't let the Asheville locale, like a lot of these kids growing up together, knowing each other, they can't let the emotions fly too high. They just got to get right to business and take care of things like they normally do. And then lastly, key number 3, it's turf. That's a shout out to Mike Connolly, who I coached with at the Marion Swamp Foxes. He knows what I'm talking about. We played on that all-turf field at Big League Camp. It better be a clean game. No errors, block up catchers, picks at first base. Whenever we saw an error out on turf in that Summer Collegiate League, we would just yell out, "It's turf." So, again, everything should be clean tonight. Come and get that ball in the infield. Watching them warm up before the game, especially in batting practice, TC Robertson's so disciplined, just peppering right center field, working on the opposite field approach. It just looked like there was so much intent. There was a plan behind everything those players are doing with every swing. And, Hunter, we've been out to 24 games now, and sometimes you see sloppy warm-ups, lack of focus, no plan at the plate. Coach Philippek's got a well-oiled machine here at Roberson. Now, when you were growing up playing back in the teens, 20 teens, were y'all in the same conference as TC?
Yeah, my senior year, we joined the MAC, us, West, and Tuscola. Came over from the Mountain 7, faced off against TC, AC, Asheville, the likes, Irwin, Inca, North Buncombe. We had 9 teams in that conference, and we got 3 automatic bids. So it was awesome because the third team got it automatically get into playoffs, and so there's a lot of good competition. My first and only time playing at this facility. Wasn't turf then, so.
Well, I mean, as far as I can remember, I moved down here in 2014. My first coaching job was at Cane Creek, so I actually used to reach out to Coach Philippek often and tell him about the few players that we were sending him. He would come over and scout our games. Like, I could tell real quick through the Roberson Ramblers, just how they ran things, that they were just a very professional organization. Was always impressed with his organization. And then for Coach Hilliard over here, again, this is a historic program. Hunter was doing a little history lesson earlier. We were the first pro player to come out of Asheville is 1919. I think the high school was established in the late 1800s. So we got a good umpiring crew in here tonight. We saw these guys work last night. Did a great job in that Smoky game. And these coaches will be the first ones to get on an umpire. So I know these guys, Blues want to be clean tonight. Players lining up. We're going to get ready for our national anthem.
Now will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
I was hoping for a play ball call. So like I was saying, just lots of talent in this game. On the pro side, honestly, I've written a few names down myself. I'm going to keep tracking Jay Sekretarski. I've always been impressed. Trent Maven obviously comes from a great pedigree. I mean, he's the son of former Detroit Tiger, former San Diego Padre, former New York Yankee, Cameron Maven. And on the TC Roberson side, I'll tell you the one bat I've always been fascinated was Caden Davidson, right-handed swinger, probably the best right-handed power bat on this side of the state. And Micah Simpson, again, Micah, low to mid-eights guy, but D1 pitcher. He just has such a funky delivery, a tough slot, good mix, tons of confidence. It's going to be a two-way prospect for Coach Beck, Coach Cordy, Coach Smith and staff up there, or excuse me, Coach White and staff up at Western. So again, I do think that there is some potential pro pedigree in this game. And again, it's such a hard battle. You never know how things are going to happen. You got to stay healthy. You got to take advantage of your windows of opportunity. But again, you're not going to see a finer baseball game in Western North Carolina, let alone the state, than what you might see between these two teams. So, how's everything looking so far as when it comes to latency, when it comes to say you want to show the people before we get into the let's get into that first inning sponsor, because I know we got some pretty pictures to show.
Yeah, I want to thank our first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farm. Go throw up some awesome dahlia varieties that Coach or Miss Sumner's got over there. Miss Coach Sumner probably doing a lot for the East Henderson program, getting them a couple big wins. But thank you to Miss Sumner and Bloom Patch Farm for being the first inning sponsor all year long. We finally got these flowers up here, and we're gonna show you how beautiful Levi Blue Smoke. Like, these are just amazing dahlia varieties. Like, get with her. We'll detail all of her contact info at the halfway point as we get started here. Yeah, sharing the link out there, sharing the news. Like, people asking who we are.
Dude,
what
I
we're
cannot
doing.
Express how bad my fingers hurt.
Leading off for the Rams,
Texting today. I've hit up every coach I feel on the east side of the Mississippi River about this game. But great talent. So, hey, be careful with that radar gun tonight. Messes with this stream sometimes. Just don't keep it constant. You know what I'm saying? Cecil Davidson to my left. Great human. Good baseball mind here in Western North Carolina. I asked him if he wanted to hop on the broadcast tonight, but I think he's a little shy. He's got a lot of tales to tell. Maybe next year. Might have to have the censor button ready.
Yeah, I saw Braxton roll up in here today. Good to see him watching his alma mater.
Say, it's a good baseball family.
It's a packed, it got packed quick. We were talking earlier.
There was nobody here.
We're like, is this game going to start at 5?
All right, so it's game time here. It is 1-1 count. Your away team Rams up here. Zeb Swang, I'm heading to play for Coach Friedholm next year. So TC's got good connection with UNCA. Seen a lot of players head right over there after graduating. Leo Justin, the senior. Leo, good pitcher. I think he's foregoing college baseball, but he'd be plenty good enough to play somewhere. One of Asheville's top arms this year. Swing the drive through the 5-5 hole. It's a leadoff single for Swangham. Now bring JT Smith to the plate. JT was the Week 2 Poppies handcrafted popcorn player of the week. Very talented young man. Started his high school career at Hendersonville before transferring to TC. Committed to Wofford last year. Wofford, a very high academic D1. Not a high enrollment though, right? That's one of those like private school, small school D1s. Strike on the corner. Say James up quick out of the squat. Trying to keep Swangham honest at first. Say the freshman catcher here is going to have his hands full with an aggressive TC Roberson Rams base running approach. There's strike 2. So that outside corner is there tonight. Wasn't there yesterday for our field umpire who was behind home plate. Is that Marcus? Yeah. And my thoughts are always, I don't care necessarily about where the pitch is as long as it's consistent throughout the whole night. You know, if you're 2 inches off the plate the whole night, it's our job to, especially in high school baseball, it's our job to adjust as hitters. Pick off attempt, swing him back without a slide.
We were talking earlier, came over and talking about last night's game. Had to issue warnings over in Canton. He got a little chippy. Everyone was really active. It was back and forth game.
Marcus wasn't having any of that. He shut it down quick. And I think that was just because the night before with the walk-off. And that was 2 straight nights for Pitt. Swang him off, throw down. Safe just in. So nice throw. Taking advantage of the turf on the bounce there. But yeah, that was 2 straight nights for Smokey and Pisgah. That was essentially back and forth. Smokey eventually walking it off in the 8th inning on Tuesday before Pisgah was able to win on their senior night 7-6. So 1-run games and back-to-back nights for Smokey and Pisgah. Jammed here, but it's going to be enough to bloop in. So Smith fights it off. It's going to be a first and third situation here early for the Cougars to have to handle. So back-to-back singles. I say not a bad pitch by Justin. Good work by Smith. Just shows you his strength, able to just fist it out in the right field. Let's bring Caden Davidson up again. Caden, I've told you all before, for 2 years now, he's been our top right-handed power bat. I got you. So Caden Davidson with a chance to get the run in here. Oh, we might have ourselves double play. Sekretarski to Trantham back to first. So no RBI in the play, but it will get the run in. So Swangham scores on the 6-4-3 double play.
Next number 30, Micah Simpson.
We were talking about this last night. Gladly sacrifice a run for outs on the base pass early in the game. So now Micah Simpson hit with nobody on. Micah, King Clutch. This kid has ice water in his veins. He seems to never find a clutch situation that he can't overcome. A little bit of funky swing. I've always noticed has a little bit of Heston Kjerstad in him, I feel, with his lowered hands style. Definitely one of the top high school baseball players to come through Western North Carolina in the past decade. A little bit overcast here in Asheville. Nice day, not nearly as humid as yesterday.
Had some sprinkles earlier, but they got them out of the way quick.
As I was leaving Edneyville today, drive up the north to meet you, it seemed to chase me out of the neighborhood, a quick little sprinkle, but thank you to Kelly Carroll, father of Caden. We're going to see Mountain Heritage play tomorrow. He's bringing us a tent, or a, canopy tent?
Canopy tent or something.
So donating it to Baseball University. A lot of appreciation there because that saves us from the rain and the heat. We probably had more issues with overheating than rain this year. Say, Simpson was able to get his hands to that high and inside pitch and yank it foul. I'm excited for the career he's going to have for the Catamounts. Coach Beck been doing a great job targeting the best talent Western North Carolina early, trying to bring them in to that Catamount program when they're ready, right? So he's brought in several through the high school route, but he's also told a few of those guys, go to JUCO for a couple years, season yourselves until we have room for you. And that's worked out great for guys like Trent Turner, Braden Korn. Now batting Jake Parham after that walk. Jake the shortstop. It's a strong force in the middle for these Rams. Older brother Nick playing at Eastern Carolina. How about that one player from Eastern Carolina coming back this year after having his leg amputated? Did you see that? No?
I see that story yet.
Yeah, it was a freak boating accident, one of their players, but he came back and has one of those prosthetic
that's awesome.
Springy legs, and he's been getting swings in games. Now granted, he's not gonna be able to play every day, but he's worked his butt off to be back in that dugout with Eastern Carolina. Wow, barehanded play by Tommy Sekretarski, and that is a silly defensive web gem for you. So great play by the younger Sekretarski on the bare hand, and it's turf.
It's
and
turf.
Lets you make plays like that. Gotta love it.
It's the first inning, and the first inning is brought to you by Bloom Patch Farms. Bloom Patch Farm in Hendersonville, offering over 300 dahlia varieties for spring planting and providing floral design services. VIP cutting and floral tours are booking now on the weekends through October. Contact us at 828-772-1798 or visit our socials, Facebook at Bloom Patch Farm and Instagram at Bloom Patch. Thank you to Miss Sumner and the Bloom Patch Farm for being our first inning sponsor.
Oh, I got great news. Just got a text message. Very proud of this Western North Carolina alumni, East Rutherford grad Jordan Dixon was named the Wingate Male Freshman of the Year. That's not just baseball. So congratulations, Jordan Dixon. Love that kid. He worked so dang hard. Big, strong, left-handed power hitter. He was a baseball U guy. So just got that message. Congratulations, Jordan. So due up here in the bottom half for the Cougars is going to be Trent Maven, Wilkin Lurie, and Jay Sekretarski. Yeah, Jordan's a great kid. Really enjoyed working with him. Surprised him last summer. He came up to help at the Mars Hill Prospect Home before he headed off to school, and we surprised him with the first ever Baseball University scholarship. Gave him one of those big fake fat checks, those big printout checks, like big cardboard ones. But looking for somebody to match it this year and maybe raise the amount. But I was glad to help him with some of his costs. Put a little money aside. We're going to do the same thing this year. I got some kids in mind,
Cougars,
but we're going to give a
Trent
Baseball
Maven.
University scholarship each season to the graduating senior who we feel just exemplified what we represent, which is good community baseball, being a program guy for their high school, and being a very good communicator in their college recruiting efforts. So Jordan was a pro, very organized, did a great job on his research. Used to keep a bunch of Excel sheets, get up every Monday morning and text and email all the coaches that he was talking to with updates. So we got an 8-8 on Holt Gaston to start. Enjoyed watching him pitch since freshman year. We've had him at low nines before. I want to say at 90-91 when we had them at West Henderson last year. But he's going to be probably the next great arm here for your Rams after all these seniors graduate. So 1-2 count here. So Trent Maven, the University of Texas Longhorn commit. Swing and a foul back. See, Trent, father is TC grad Cameron, and mother was a North Henderson grad. Yeah, it's been nice to get him over there to the Knights in a different reality. So, Gaston might have been trying to throw a changeup or something there and lost his grip. So now a 2-2 count.
Come on, Blue.
These first three here are all Division I commits, so not an easy task for Holt Gaston. Gaston delivers. Ooh, nice take by Maven, staying off that high heat. That was a good location by Gaston, too, trying to go by the letters. Well, give me your best heat, or you come with something unexpected here and spin it. Oh, tries to spin it, but it goes right into the middle of the shoulder blade. So hit by pitch on an off-speed delivery by Gaston is going to send Maven down
Next,
to first
number
base.
13, Wilkin Lurie.
Well, Asheville's using the number system as well. We've seen that at Pisgah. We've seen that at was Tuscola using number system this year?
I don't think so. No, Coach Shepard over at Pisgah is notorious for it.
Ooh, misses. He's not, like I said, in that first half inning, we noticed he's not giving that outside corner today. So good take by your Lurie here.
You go hold. Let's go, yeah, buddy.
This is just up. Hey, Cecil. What was he? 90 once. 90. Yep. So 88 to 90 so far for Gaston. Still trying to get a hold of his off speed a little bit. Falls behind 2-0. So velocity's there, but got to get in that zone in order to record those outs. We saw that down at the Charlotte Christian Providence Day game. The sophomore Providence Day through was touching high eights, but struggled to stay in the zone.
Hey, hold on a second. Let's go, buddy. Here we go.
So 3-1 count here. Probably not the pitch to run on. There's the fastball. So there's two free passes, one through the hit and one through the base on balls. So hit by pitch and a walk.
Up next, number 2, Jay Sekretarski.
That brings Jay Sekretarski to the plate. Jay had 2 home runs on Tuesday. So again, velo there early for Holtgaston, 88-90. Just got to settle down and breathe a little bit. Again, I don't know how many turf fields TC has played on this year. I am not a fan of a turf mound. I like a turf field with a dirt mound. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got Coach Galway out for a pitching discussion. I want to mention our Patreon. Want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge? Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of West North Carolina baseball we can bring you, including the College Tour Series, this High School Scout and Streaming Series, American Legion Post 70 coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, and especially the playoff projections.
Hey, had another member sign up today, so now we're up to 4 paid members. I think I'll take a look here at how many members in general. Because you can be an unpaid member. We get basic news from us there, even though I would just subscribe to all our social media. Yeah, I think we're at 4 members paid, 41 total, so we appreciate and that was all in the last week. We've had the 4 sign up, with Bob's Burgers leading the charge. Interesting. So nice defense there.
That wasn't a pitching discussion. I was hey, we're going to run this play to try to get some momentum back our way after those walks and hit by pitch.
I was going to say, it looks like Sekretarski had no intention of bunting, but after walking 2 straight, essentially, he had the take sign. I think they were just trying to put runners or their fielders in motion. Not quite as creative as the Hayesville play the other day, where they had their second baseman, Michael Mauney, do a backflip to try to distract the Murphy runner at second. Did not work.
Never seen that, ever.
I mean, I told him after the game, I said, I guess you're trying to just get the guy looking? Well, my thing is, you got to have your you got to go to the shortstop and do that then, in the base pass, so he's actually looking at you. If he's taking his lead, he's not even looking back at second.
Let's go, buddy, we go!
So 3-0. Gaston having a little trouble finding the zone here early. 3 straight free passes. Sekretarski down to first base. So the Asheville faithful getting a little loud here. This is bring the younger Sekretarski up. Tommy
Sekretarski.
Saw a beautiful web gem by Tommy in that first half inning. Holy moly, what a great play.
Well, we got all 4 of our camera angles up here for you, showing you where we're looking at today, and got here set up early, got it all squared away, so excited to bring you coverage from behind the plate, on the baselines, getting some good angles at this new turf field. Love how it says Cougars.
Say thank you all our sponsors for helping us raise the revenues to make these purchases and make the season happen for you. For our real faithful viewers, pop fly foul here. For our real faithful viewers that remember last year's live stream, I mean, we had some great games, but it was just me and an iPad, no tech at all. So
I watched some of those games from Athens, Georgia back in college. It was really fun to hear you and my father calling the North Henderson games, put on the TV next to
there's the off speed. That's what Holt Gaston's going to need here to get back in this game. Or get back in this inning, I should say. So 2 quick strikes. So good athletes all around here in the TC Roberson infield and outfield. Swing. Yep. Very reminiscent of the JT Smith single. That's going to score 1, and that is all. So an RBI single by the younger Sekretarski ties this ball game up. It's Maven coming in to score the first run and bring Hayes Hillier up.
Number 8, Hayes Hillier.
Hayes is another senior being celebrated today. Hayes is going to play for one of my favorite coaches, Coach Clifton, next year. Coach Clifton at NC Wesleyan. Got a good team there. Malachi Hayes from Franklin having a good season in his freshman year there. One of the better D3 teams in the Southeast. So USA South tournament started today. I think Brevard beat Pfeiffer in the first round. Hayes Hillier going to be playing for Post 70, American Legion baseball this summer. They're going to be our 3rd inning sponsor, so we'll get to them in a little bit. Ground ball. Harmon. Oh, look second. It's not there. Double pumps. Hillier's going to beat it out. So what's your call on that one? Because he looked the second first. That ain't a fielder's choice. The throw took him off the bag, but he'd already beat it.
Up next, number 1,
Infield
Tate Trantham.
single fielder's choice.
We're going to watch the replay here. I'm going to give him infield single.
Yeah, I'd say that's a single.
Run scored on the play?
Yep.
So RBI infield single for Hayes Hillier. That was Lurie, Wilkin Lurie coming in to score the second run. So I will say Gaston looks better, though, on these last couple ABs. That ball was not hit hard. Both those last two singles were not hit hard. I think he's starting to find his groove, so now he needs a ground ball double play, a strikeout. Tay Trantham up. Tay, one of our favorite prospects in the 26 class, squares the bunt here, pushes down the first base line, just foul. Going for the old safety squeeze. Tay, younger brother of Bo. Bo, a left-handed pitcher, graduated a couple seasons ago. He's up at UVA Wise now. Virginia Wise is a school that a lot of our mountain boys need to look into. If you live in an Appalachian county between Alabama and New York, you get in-state tuition at UVA Wise. Nice block up by J.T. Smith. And again, it's turf. We talked about that, but it allows clean blocks, clean picks throughout the whole game. It's nice when you got a catcher like that, too, where you, as a pitcher, you're not afraid to throw any of your stuff. Full count. Nobody out here yet for the Cougars, so pick just safe. So Coach Philippek putting a few plays on his end and trying to see if they could steal a run off or an out off the bases, but to no avail yet. So hats off to the Cougars for aggressive leads, but being heads up enough to not get picked. So RBI walk for Tay Trantham. And that's going to be Jay Sekretarski coming in to score the third Cougar run. Bases loaded. Still nobody out. Coach Philippek meeting with the home plate umpire before heading out to the mound. Wonder what they're discussing. Probably a good time to mention somebody.
Yeah, how about our social medias, guys? Stay connected to Baseball University of the Blue Ridge across all the platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, and follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywNC. Check out the website at www.baseballu.org as well.
Yeah, if you're watching live, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. We're at 614 YouTube subscribers, but that's probably the one social media platform that, ironically enough, since we're doing the broadcast there, is the slowest growing of the social media brands. Our X account is up to 4,959, so we are only 41 short of 5,000 viewers or 5,000 followers on X. Had a big week on Facebook. I don't know if you checked out our Facebook, but we had a lot of people start following on the Facebook account this week. We're up to 853 now. And on our Instagram, which again, I still don't know how Instagram works. I'm stupid. I don't care either. Social media is something, but we are up to 698 followers on Instagram, so give us 2 more and we're at 700. I don't know. I'm going to get Eli Ash on board soon as our intern, former Pisgah pitcher. He said he wants to do the sports marketing side for us, so I said, you know what, if you can take the social media away from me, I will give you as much Poppy's popcorn as you want. Find something for you.
Up next for the Cougars, number 22, Matthew Regaller.
So long visit there.
Long discussion there. I wonder what Philippek's telling us guys.
Probably trying to keep them loose. You know, they've been here before. It's not like they've ever had a scenario that they haven't had a solution for as they go for their third straight state championship. Matthew Regaler up, first baseman, another senior being celebrated this evening by Coach Hillier and the Cougars. Outside.
Well, what's your rule about number of pitches thrown in an inning?
I don't like seeing my pitchers throw more than 30 in an inning. I usually pull them. Just I don't, you get tired. Your stamina starts to drop. If you can't repeat your mechanics well as you get tired, other parts of your body start trying to overcompensate and lead you to an injury. I think he's just yanking a little bit. I've been watching his front side and just how he's finishing. That's better. That was probably his best finish I've seen. So it goes home for one, back to first. Safe at first. That's the right call. It was close, but it was safe. So fielder's choice for Regaler. Sekretarski's out.
Up next,
1-2.
number 9, Leo Justin.
At home plate. But they got that faithful first out now, so they can breathe just a little bit more. Leo Justin, the pitcher. He squares the bunt, pushes it. Foul, better touch it. So foul ball picked up by Caden Davidson out there. So strike one to Justin. It's funny. We have all turf here for these bunts. Last night at Pisgah, you could tell Coach Shepard's leaving his grass probably an inch or so too high because that team loves to bunt. You're going to try to model the field after how you play the game. But when you have a turf field, everything's clean. Off speed, misses just up, but it looks like Gaston's starting to find the feel on the spinner a little bit. So he hit Maben to start this inning on a 3-2 spinner. Yep, now get back to finishing forward. He's starting to yank a little bit there. So again, the ground ball back to the pitcher. He finished very fluid through. I still feel like he's just pulling off the first bit. See, now he finished again. Talk. So Caden Davidson catches the soft line drive, so we'll call that a PO3. Had a couple of folks behind us asking if it's an infield fly. I don't know on that one because
Next,
A
number
bunt's
4,
not an
Henry
infield
James.
fly.
that wasn't a bunt, was it?
Yeah, it was a bunt.
I thought I swung at that. What am I paying attention to?
Not the batter.
I thought he just got jammed. No, he did bunt. You're right.
A bunt's not infield
So
fly.
yeah, you're right. Can't be an infield fly there. So Henry James, the Cougars have batted around here as the freshman catcher comes to the plate. Yeah, good job by Gaston here to be able to get out of this with only the 3 runs. Oh, nice job by Davidson. Very sure-handed first baseman over there. So if you ever watch Caden take infield, he'll really approach those ground balls like a shortstop in when they're doing IO. Tries to get his feet moving, get around the baseball. It's a good chance by Gaston here. He's been high 8s, touching 90 here in the first inning. Good spinner, gets the strike 3. Woo! That's what the Rams needed. So 3-1 heading into the top of the second. Very entertaining baseball here in Asheville to start. It's going to be Philippek, Adwaters, and Smith.
Well, you got second inning brought to you by Hill Tax Solutions. They've been in business since the mid to late 90s. They're official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. They've got all the tax returns, including personal, corporate, trust estates, and nonprofits. Definitely give them a shout. Check them out on Facebook. Aaron's email is on the screen, and their phone number is 828-435-6082. Appreciate Hill Tax Solutions for being the official tax preparer and second-inning sponsor of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge.
Well, it's funny, you were talking about tax season's over. It doesn't mean their year's over. I actually asked him that the other day. I was like, so tax season over, like, y'all just chill? And he's like, oh, God, no. So, I mean, bookkeeping, corporate taxes, a lot of bigger businesses and people that have complicated taxes will just file for extensions automatically. Like, they just go into it knowing that they're collecting records late or whatever. So if that sounds like you got to go with Hale Tax Solutions. Hunter, I'm gonna go over to what I think might be a little concession booth and grab us some water.
I want to detail some 4A playoff projections here. Got a couple of games going on. The Greater Metro 4A Conference Championship between Mooresville and Hickory Ridge is taking place today. Ragsdale and Southwest Guilford facing off in the Metro
for the Rams, number
4A
17,
Conference
Parker
Championship
Philippe.
as well. The Grimsley, the 4A regular season champ, already clinched the number 1 seed. So they're playing for that second berth, Southwest and Ragsdale. If Ragsdale get it, they could steal a bid out of the 4A West region. Gaston starts for the first pitch ball here. Smooth strike in there, just on the outer half. Makes it a 1-1 count. Ground ball down the first base line, fair, and Gallier will beat it out for the first out of the inning.
Up next, number 11, Zeke Adwater.
Here we go, Zeke. We say, buddy. Here we go, kid. Here we go.
Zeke Adwater, the junior, takes the ball out. Yeah, we got a great camera angle down here in front of us. We're literally right behind this camera on the behind the plate. So what you're seeing is what we're seeing.
They said they normally have a food truck here, but the owner of that had to go to Argentina real quick.
Real quick? What's quick about
right? So they got a little concession stand over there today. Got some Mountain Dews and waters. What did Philippe do to lead off there?
Ground ball, 3-0 ground out.
Took it himself?
Yes, sir.
So Adwater's. So Adwater's, I'll say, is probably one of the most improved players this year. Has really gotten a lot stronger, more dynamic. He's DHing today, but he can play pretty much every infield or outfield position.
Taking that one very early, knowing full and well it was down the line for a walk.
Next, number 4.
Most starters today are kind of not filling it up. I mean, after a big game earlier in the week.
Well, 2 walks here for Justin. Gaston had 3 walks and a hit batter in his half. So, yep, a little sloppy to start.
The younger Sekretarski in, playing up for the bunt. Ball gets away. Adwater goes, throws down. And sneaks in there on the short hop.
That was a very good turf ball read. Usually called a dirt ball read, but once he dropped that ball and it hit the turf, he took off, so he did not hesitate. So Chappie Smith, your batter, squares the bunt, pulls back. Chappie, I like that name. So wind blowing a little bit out there, tussling the flag, but not enough to really be considered a stiff breeze. Ball
gets away.
Gets away from James. That's going to allow Adwaters to move up again. So I gave him a stolen base on the first one. I guess that one will be technically a pass ball. Say that was the first outside strike we've seen called there. So 3-1 delivery here from Leo Justin. Swing and a drive to right field, medium depth. Hillier under it. Adwater's going to tag. Throws coming home. Safe at home. They're saying that the catcher, James, bobbled it just a little bit on the tag. So sack fly, RBI for Chappie Smith. Great throw out there by Hayes Hilliard.
Next, number 23, Lorenzo Lyles.
Man, that was about as close a play as you can get. Again, he just couldn't quite get control of that ball on the tag. So sack fly, RBI for Chappie Smith. Lorenzo Lyles now, number 9 hitters, heading to Bluefield State Division II baseball next year. We like Lorenzo. We saw him at our Brevard prospect filming last summer. Lorenzo is a very good athlete. Didn't have a hard time getting coaches interested with his tool set. Great outfielder, fast, strong. Still working on the overall hit tool, but there is a hit tool. Swings through this one. Strike 3. So 1, 2, 3 outs. They do get the 1 run in on the sac fly RBI by Chappie Smith. And we got ourselves a ball game here, folks. 3-2 Asheville heading into the bottom of the second. It's going to be top of the lineup for your Cougars.
Well, second inning brought to you by Hill Tax Solutions. Mentioned them earlier. They're the official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. In business since 1997, Hill Tax Solutions International is headed by former IRS agents that understand the tax system's complexities and can guide you to your maximum returns. They offer all categories of tax returns, including personal, corporate, trust, estate, and nonprofits. Also offering bookkeeping services, consulting, and can be your representation at state and/or federal audits. With tax season in full swing, give Hill Tax Solutions International a call at 828-435-6082. Today, schedule your return or your extension or whatever you got going on with taxes.
It's been a long week. Ended up being a 5-game week for us.
Day 4.
And everyone had its own little theme. Monday featured the only 2 private school baseball teams in Western North Carolina. Those bragging rights. The Greenies beat ACA 8-2, I believe, in that game. Tuesday, we drove all the way up to Hayesville to try to celebrate the Smoky Mountain Conference in small ball. And we were blown away at the beautiful facility and the hospitality of Coach Sellers and the Hayesville Yellow Jackets. They beat Murphy pretty handedly. I want to say it was 17-5 in that game. Yesterday, great Mountain 7 classic.
Cougars,
Smoky Mountain
10,
beat Pisgah with a 1-run 7-6 victory. Both of them fighting for the final couple playoff spots. And now today we find ourselves in Asheville between these 2 powerhouses, Asheville and TC. And then tomorrow, back to small school baseball as we head down to Drone in Burke County for Mountain Heritage and Drone's matchup, which will determine the outright champion for the Western Highlands. So Mountain Heritage with the upset of Drone on Tuesday. That ball is pushed foul into the trees. Mountain Heritage upset Drone Tuesday, but if Mountain Heritage wins on Friday, tomorrow, even though they both will have the same conference record, Mountain Heritage will be the outright winner after sweeping the series versus Drone. So 1-2 count here. Trent Maben walked, it was hit by a pitch on a 3-2 pitch and came around to score a run in the first. Strike 3, he knew it. Nice job by Holt Gaston to find his secondary stuff here early in the second inning. Lurie, he walked, scored a run. All those, the Maben, Lurie, Sekatarski all reached via the free pass. All came around to score in that first inning. Say Holt Gaston sitting high 8s, touched 90 earlier. So he's not going to get that spot today. I'm Philippek. I'm going to start having Smith set up middle in and just see if Gaston, when he finishes clean right down the bump, is when he's at his best. Nice play out there by Philippek. Slides down to a knee to haul in that line drive off the bat of Lurie. So LO7 in the book.
Up next, number 2, Jay Sekretarski.
Much better start to the second inning for Holt Gaston. Say Jay Sekretarski is one of our favorite senior prospects. So we'll see how things go at UPenn, but I wonder if there might not be some pro potential in this ball player. Just very clean, very short, very compact. Doesn't seem to be intimidated by much, especially there. Takes the hit by pitch easily, walking down to first base. So after hitting 2 home runs against them on Tuesday, maybe they feel that's the best way to handle them with 2 outs. Well, with one Sekretarski on, a second one coming to the plate. So stolen base there by Sekretarski. So Tommy had the RBI single, flicked it out in the right field to score the first run of this game. Hayes Hillier with the infield single scored the second, and then Tate Trantham took a bases-loaded walk to score the third. So Jay Sekretarski put himself in scoring position with 2 outs. See if his younger brother can knock him in. Good pitch. They're going to say miss low.
Good call.
Just a scotch low. Goes back to the spinner. Smith tries to frame it. Nope. 3-1. Any state championships for Asheville and their history for baseball?
I think way back in the day, I'd have to go and check the NCHSA record books. Unless I got
Pick
it
off
on.
the 10th second. Sekretarski's back easily.
I don't think they have it up on their school's thing.
That'd just be a quick Google search.
Up next for the Cougars, number 8, Hayes Hillier.
Okay, my mind is longer than the rest of my race. I told her keep going on the gas.
Well, a 2-out walk to younger brother Tommy. So a hit batter and a walk. First and second here. So Gaston looking a lot better in this inning. Got 2 quick outs for the 2 free passes. So pitch and count rising for Holt Gaston. Coach Philippek's got a pretty deep bullpen, though. I think Micah Simpson got the bulk of the innings on Tuesday. Goes to the spinner. So 1-1. Again, Hayes Hillier hit the slow chopper in the middle of the field that Parham kind of double clutched on, looking at the potential out at second first. Allowed Hillier to reach. Fouls one back into the net here. So 1-2 count here. Parham playing behind the runner, Sekretarski. So Gaston steps off the rubber here. A little miscommunication between pitcher and catcher. Gaston asked Smith to come out Smith said, "Now you're good." I like that. Wants to keep this game going. Got to spin one here. Throws down. Yes, he did. Yep. Nice play. So he had to wrap himself around Hilliard to make that throw. Excellent caught stealing, 2-5. J.T. Smith ends the innings via the base path robbery there. So Hayes Hilliard will come back to the plate to start the third inning. It's the top of the third. It is going to be the top of the lineup, Swangam, Smith, and Davidson for the Rams.
Well, I want to thank our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more, all available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. I want to also thank our travel sponsor this evening, Ion Outdoors. Spring is right around the corner, and now is the time to make your dreams of a pool or a new outdoor living space a reality. Get ready for summer with Ion Outdoors. Serving the greater Charlotte area, Ion Outdoors specializes in pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, and all things outdoor living. Visit our website at ionoutdoors.com to learn more and mention this ad and receive $500 off any project. ionoutdoors.com. As we head to the third inning brought to you by American Legion Post 70. Post 70, they got any Rams or Cougars on Post 70?
Yes. Micah Simpson, Caden Davidson, and Heron Smith Martin, I believe, are all. Maybe Lorenzo. No, Lorenzo was going to play, but I think he's not playing right now. I think it might have been something. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. But yes, there are Rams. There are 3 or 4 of them. So 3-2 is your score here in the top of the third. Asheville leading TC Roberson, your back-to-back state champion in the 4A.
Oh, Swagoo, come on, buddy.
All right, so Leo Justin back out for his third inning of work. He's got a 1-run lead. Zeb Swangam hit a single, came around to score in the first. This is low here. Say Hunter looking at the replay of the caught stealing there. It looks like he got him.
Oh, he got him, and that was a crazy.
Swing and a drive by Swangam. Maben back, settles under it right in front of the warning track, and that is out number 1. So good swing. It ends up being a can of corn for Maben.
Great, J.T. Smith.
J.T. Smith also singled in the first inning. Got fisted on an inside pitch and pushed it out to right field for the bloop single. Say Hunter's car alarm going off somewhere in the background.
I hope that's not mine. I haven't heard it yet, so I have no idea what it sounds like.
Jeep, 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 Jeep. So we've put a lot of miles on Hunter's Jeep this spring.
Yeah, I got it oil changed, not even 2 months.
So 0-1. Still no lights here at Asheville, but they're there getting ready to be put up. They're beyond that left center field fence laying in the parking lot.
Yeah, couldn't get in over there today, unfortunately.
That's what kind of drew my attention again to it the other day when I seen that West Henderson and Asheville tied due to darkness. And I was like, what? Oh, yeah, they still don't have lights. So with a later start here today with senior day at 5 o'clock our start time, hopefully we don't have to battle any delays via darkness.
It's got to be one of the last teams in our coverage area who doesn't have lights. Maybe some of those Smoky Mountain 1As. But
Hayesville didn't have it yet.
They've invested in another aspect of their program, and that is their facilities.
Yes.
Thanks to the
Smith pushes one to right field up against the wall. Is that a fair ball? They say just foul. He's going to have to come all the way back. That was a pretty impressive piece of hitting to send the ball that far on the pitch that was located where it was, like kind of up and in on him. Yep, just foul.
What a great route by
That was Hilliard out there, yeah, just sliding into the fence.
He ran a mile. Almost had it, too. Game of almost, game of inches.
Ground ball third. Here's Sekretarski. It's turf. Makes the pick. Throws it across. It's a little low, but it's turf. He makes the pick again.
It's what, Cook?
It is turf. Everything is clean on turf. Gotta love it.
For Caden Davidson.
So Caden grounded into a double play in the first. It scored a run, but as per scoring rules, would not be credited with an RBI. Caden Davidson can hit the baseball a long way. So 0-1 count, Caden Davidson, younger brother to Braxton Davidson. I remember when I first moved to Western North Carolina in 2014, I took over at Cane Creek. There was a lot of stories about Braxton Davidson already. Apparently he hit 1 million bombs with that middle school program. So, well, grounds out to end it. Who's our third inning sponsor? It's American Legion Post 70.
American Legion Post 70 getting their season underway here in a couple of weeks. Want to thank them for being our third inning sponsor. Want to thank Coach Decker, other Coach Decker, Coach Raby, Coach Lindsay for supporting everything we do, and we're trying to support them guys. So this is a good time that we can mention sponsors out there. If you want to help sponsor Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, cover American Legion Post 70 and all our future college commits going off to play, this would be a great opportunity to support Western North Carolina baseball some more. You've seen what we've done all year long. Next year, or this summer, we are hoping to continue this with American Legion Post 70 and hopefully go on the road, go see Coach Reynolds down Cherryville.
You got Post in Shelby. You got Post in Rutherford. Legion ball is very strong down in the foothills, trying to revive it up here in the mountains. A lot of talented players tried out this year. There's some tough cuts that we heard about. I think it was 11 college commits got cut. It really just shows it's more of a demand thing. We need to open up Post 77, open up Hayward counties, try to create more baseball opportunities through that Legion sector. The best part about Legion baseball is typically it's free. So Hayes was at the plate when the inning ended on the caught stealing at third of Sekretarski. So technically 1 for 1 with an RBI, infield single. So far so good on the broadcast. So everything's looking smooth. If y'all out there listening in the audience, drop a comment. Let us know of any scores that you're seeing out there. Let us know how this broadcast looks to you. Hot fly sneaking out and woo! Almost knocking out a fan. It's all fun and games till a foul ball knocks out an elderly folk. So everybody got to be on their toes out here. Say, Hunter, didn't you save somebody's life the other day at the Georgia game?
Georgia
catching
Tech
a foul
game.
ball.
Saved a little kid's life, caught a foul ball off the bounce. Mama turns around and says, "Thank you, he broke his nose earlier this week." And I was like, "Here you go, you have a ball, but y'all say go Dogs."
Nice take. Gasson wanted it. But kudos to the umpire. He has been consistent on that outside corner. He ain't been giving it. He's got his zone, and he's sticking to it. Ooh, ricocheted off of J.T. Smith right into the face mask of our home umpire.
And he doesn't move from his spot. He's ready to go.
Oh, gets away from there. Up near the
Smith
eyeballs.
snow cones it.
Snow cones.
Y'all know that wind that just came through.
So it's spring, summertime. It's snow cone season.
Oh.
Another one up and in. So 3-2.
Dancing with it.
Swing and a foul. Nice fight by Hillier. So Hayes, the third brother in the line of the Hilliers that's gone off to play in college. 3, Hillier. Gotta love that name. Went to Liberty. Now he's at High Point.
Played against 3. I think he was a sophomore when I was a senior.
I coached against him when I first moved here doing the middle school ball. He was at Asheville Middle, and yeah, he was good to hit. He was good for like 2 home runs a game, even at that age. Middle brother Connor, I think it's Connor Hillier,
Yeah, it is.
is at Barton College, Division II, the east side of the state. And then Hayes heading off to NC Wesleyan next year, Powerhouse D3. He's going to take a walk
number
here.
1, Tay Trantham.
So Coach Philippek out. This might be the 3rd visit, so they might have to pull him here. Yep, takes the ball from Gaston.
Well, good team to talk about our home team sponsor this evening, Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn. A little bit about Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn. They're based out right here out of Asheville, and made with a simple goal: real ingredients, creative flavor, and flavor that people love. Make it fun. The biggest part of Poppy is they strive to make the world a better place by spreading joy and caring about others. They make their popcorn with love and intention because that's what it takes to succeed and to spread the positivity we seek. So what's the Poppy secret? Real people, real flavors, real love.
Well, final line for Gaston. It's going to be 3 runs, all earned. Gives up 1,
Now on the
2.
mound for the Rams, number 10, Cooper Friedholm.
I think he only gives up the 2 hits here to Sekretarski and Hillier. And again, we're being generous on the Hillier one. 1, 2, 3, 4 walks, 2 hit batters. And the runner on first is his. So 2 innings, 2 hits, 4 walks, 3 runs earned, 2 hit batters, and 2 strikeouts on the evening. Your new pitcher is going to be Cooper Friedholm. He's the son of the UNCA Asheville head coach, Coach Friedholm. They're going to ask him here to give a couple clean innings to try to keep these Rams in this game. Down 3-2 right now.
Now up for the Cougars, number 1, Tay Trantham.
And Tay Trantham, the junior second baseman, coming up to the plate. Had the RBI walk his first AB.
Oh, man, a lot of
Here's
ball.
our defense. Runners off. Oh, he is out by several feet. So caught stealing. Nice throw by J.T. Smith. That's his second batter he's caught on the base pass. So 2 thrown out on the base pass tonight for J.T. Smith, the Wofford commit. Well, Tay Trantham up with nobody on now. 1 out. Swing and a foul ball back into the trees. So 1-2 count here to Trantham. Swing and a foul back. We get a little radar gun read on the young Friedholm.
Ball driven deep to center field. Ball's going back. Sits under it. Records the second out.
Off speed.
Up next, number 22, Matthew Regaller.
2 outs now.
Dollar up now for the Cougars. Poking this one, but it holds up for Davidson for the third out.
So 84 miles per hour on the fastball for Friedholm. So he got a little heat on him. I like that.
Good time to talk about our away team sponsor, Hickory Nut Gap. At Hickory Nut Gap, we believe strong community start with strong connections on the farm, at the dinner table, and on the field. That's why we're proud to sponsor local high school athletics, fueling young athletes with real, nourishing food and investing in the next generation. Join us in building community through agriculture. Sign up for our CSA and visit the farm in Fairview. The fine Hickory Nut Gap meats at your favorite local retailer. Learn more at hickorynutgap.com. And to the fourth inning is brought to you by Nova Pitching Performance. Coach Anthony Payne over at Nova is doing some great work. Got a couple new clients this year. Hopefully it was thanks to us.
Well, he's got a connection to Asheville. He worked with Carter Burnett, who had a great freshman season.
That's not Nova Pitching Performance.
Oh, wait, who are we doing?
We're in Hauling Solutions and Grading. I skipped over.
Right.
Hauling Solutions and Grading is our fourth inning sponsor.
We're doing a live stream broadcast.
Under Hauling Solutions and Grading. Got ahead of myself talking about Coach Payne, but want to do our due diligence and get the cards in order. For some reason the card wasn't in order. So my apologies. But Andrew came over to our resident, gave us an estimate that we sent off to FEMA on our driveway. He was very quick and cordial. It rained that day, and he's like, I'll get back with you very soon. And he texted me that morning. He said, it's raining. We're not working. Can I come out and give you an estimate? And we're like, yes. So he came out that day. It wasn't 30 minutes before he left our driveway. He had an estimate on our phone, and we sent that off to FEMA, and we're now waiting for them. So Adric Osoria, very quick, very reliable. Definitely the guy to call for any of your grading and hauling solutions, and doing a lot of work with the remnants of Hurricane Helene.
Say it felt like we may have been heading into the fifth inning, but the game's moving along kind of at a slower pace.
Micah Simpson.
So we had a lot of mound visits, a lot of walks, hit by pitches. So not the fastest paced game yet. I want to say it's slow. It wasn't like last night slow with the rain delays and everything. So Micah Simpson, future Catamount, playing right field tonight. Pitched on Tuesday. Mr. Clutch, King Clutch, Micah Simpson was a CamWood Bats Player of the Game recipient last year when they played Reynolds. Had a go-ahead base hit to help the Rams come back and win versus the Rockets. So this year the Rams swept the Rockets very handedly. Not a lot of close games in the conference this year until Tuesday's 4-3 victory over Asheville. Swing, ground ball to first base, picked up and taken care of by Regaler. Bring Jake Parham to the plate. Jake grounded out to third base to end the first on that beautiful barehanded scoop by Tommy Sekretarski. James, the catcher, calls timeout. Freshman catcher going out to talk to his senior pitcher real quick.
Got some activity in the home bullpen down the third base line. See if I can see a number here.
So James, the lone freshman in the game today, the catcher for Asheville. Ground ball. Who is it? It's Tommy Sekretarski again. Fair ball. Thrown across, but it's bounced. That brings Regaler off the bag. So it'll be an infield single for Parham. I was kind of wondering if that ball was going foul, but
I kind of thought it was.
I was to say, what's that? Hey, base hit? Oh, number 2?
22.
Oh, 22, warming up in the bullpen for Asheville. Well, no, 22's first base.
Oh. 12?
12 maybe?
It's
Jericho Swinger. That was a name we mentioned in the pregame as a sophomore arm that
12.
the Cougars like. So, yes, that's Jericho Swinger warming up. Justin delivers. Ooh, so Philippek squares to bunt. Fouls it off. So with one out, and a runner on, Philipek finds himself now in an 0-2 count. So the lefty in the box and maybe a likely off-speed pitch here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Parham take off, especially challenging this freshman catcher. Made a good throw earlier on the stolen base. Swang'em took him the first base. It was kind of bang, played the skip on the turf. But again, with the lefty in the box and an off-speed count, I'd expect Parham to be on the move here. There he goes. Nope. Fakes it. Oh, he should have went because that would have opened up the hole, but doesn't matter anyway. That ball's going to scoot in. Here's the throw to third, and Swang'em is out by a mile. Nice throw by Hayes Hillier out in right field. So it's a single for Philipek. Good heads up by him taking second base on the throw, but Parham is out at third base. 9-5 on the throw.
Up next, number 11, Zeke Adwater.
And we're seeing some really good defensive plays on the base paths today. Extra bases are hard to come by with these two defenses.
Yeah, normally only writing down offensive highlights, but a lot of defensive highlights in our notebook.
That's what separates these two teams from a lot of the other mountain teams. Adwaters to shortstop Sekatarski. Throws across. That is out number 3. So another clean inning for your Cougars. Heading into the bottom of the 4th, it is going to be Leo, James, and then back to the top in Mabin.
Yeah, 4th inning is brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Andrew Casoria, owner of Hauling Solutions and Grading, is the guy to call for any kind of gravel, dirt, rock, topsoil, and more delivered to your home, business, or job site. Hauling Solutions and Grading has dump trucks large and or small enough to fit your needs. You'll also want to give them a call for any kind of grading needs, such as driveways, culvert replacements, bank erosion, ditch work, building pads, and more. Andrew and his great team will take care of you. Call or text at 828-776-9377 for a quote today, and let Hauling Solutions and Grading be your solution.
Cooper Friedholm out for his second inning of work here. Came on to handle business in the 3rd inning after a leadoff walk by Gaston. They pulled him, had a fly ball and a pop out, and the caught stealing from Smith made it your not very atypical, but it was the 1-2-3 inning, just not your typical account. Again, Leo, James, and Mabin are your 3 due up here in the bottom of the 4th. Leo popped out to the first baseman on the bunt.
Leo Justin.
His first time up. It ended up being a good day here. Weather is very comfortable. Kind of down here a little bit in the gully below AB Tech.
Between AB Tech and Asheville High. Nice, beautiful architecture of the old school here.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, this is one of the prettier schools in the area.
Is that 3 floors there?
High school, I don't know. It might be more than that with the basement there.
Yeah.
So AB Tech, a popular junior college here. There's a line drive single for your pitcher. So leadoff runner is on for the 3rd time in 4 innings for Asheville. It's going to bring the catcher, Henry James, up.
4, Henry James.
AB Tech, another target for maybe a future junior college baseball program. So I know this area needs it.
Share the field right here.
I'll say it almost looks like it belongs to AB Tech. When they put these lights up, might make it more manageable to handle the junior college system. So with the bunt defense in motion, James Fowl tips it.
Might be a good time up 3-2 to try to slash here as well.
Well, if you watch this defense, the whole right side of the infield does open up, but they're confident that this is going to be a bunt. Ooh, so he spins one in there for strike 2. Freedholm done a good job to come in and just fill it up. You know, the walks plagued Gaston in his first 2 innings of work. Strike 3 goes to the high heat. So 1 out, 1 on.
Up next for the Cougars, number 10, Trent Maven.
So Maven was a strikeout victim in the second. So he'll get out there for another radar gun read on Freedholm in a minute. But got him at 84 at the end of last inning. Ooh, just foul. Maven trying to wrap one around the third base bag there for extra bases. So 1-1 here. Swing. Trent Maven flips his barrel out, and that's going to be a single. So only advancing 1 base at a time there. So Justin holding up at second base. So didn't try to do too much. Kept his hands back enough to flick the barrel out.
Next to the Cougars, number 13, Lookin' Lurie.
So now the Cougars are threatening again with only 1 out. Lurie hit a rocket in the left field that Freedholm made a great play on in the second. Currently 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. It's been a busy day today. Had a late night getting in, probably close to midnight after the Smoky Pisgah game finished up. What was the end time of that game? Like 10:30 almost?
Yeah, it was very late.
I had to get up early today to start prep for this afternoon game. Had to do a little bit of homesteading sales in the morning. Sold a few rabbits again. So ground ball to third. Oh, boy. Safe at first, though. So Lurie on the fielder's choice. Maven eliminated 5 to 4.
Up next, number 2, Jay Sekretarski.
Swang him to Chappie Smith there. So now Leo Justin, the third base, and Wilkin Lurie on first. So 2 out, first and third situation. Cooper Freedholm trying to keep this a 3-2 game. The dangerous Jay Sekretarski up. Freedholm spins one just low.
How come we say, here we go, buddy, here we go, Cooper!
Now we see a little bit of a breeze. That American flag out there blowing from right to left, pretty stiff. So if Sekretarski can elevate one here, he might get a little bit of help.
It's that brand new scoreboard.
How come we say, here we go, buddy, here we go.
2-1 delivery by Freedholm coming. Ooh, gives him the strike on the outside. So it's a little up and out, but that's the first time I've seen that called.
Good job by Smith there, setting up where he wants it, not having to move the mitt and getting that strike 2 call.
Yep. Misses out there with the spinner. I almost wonder if you come in on Sekretarski here, challenge him on the inside. So everything's been missing out here or been hitting just on the outside corner. Oh, the old third to first move. I got a question. Was that rule out, or was that move outlawed in Major League Baseball? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Swing and a miss. Huge play Freedom, and JT Smith celebrates by launching that ball into left field. So he was so pumped coming out of the crouch. He wants to fire that ball to his third baseman, and it's out there on the warning track now.
Well, I want to shout out to Patreon once again. Want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge? Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywnc. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blues can earn, the more coverage of Western North Carolina baseball we can bring you, including the college tour, the high school scouting streaming series, legion coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, playoff projections, and more. Choose which tier is right for you at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywnc. Stay connected to us across all the platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on X and Instagram, and check out the website, www.baseballu.org. Heading to the fifth inning. Finally, with the fifth inning sponsor, Coach Anthony Payne, Nova pitching.
That was a gritty pitch right there by Cooper Freedholm. That might be your Nova gritty pitch of the game. Filling up the zone, he is. That's a big, big play by that young sophomore, especially after Gaston. Again, the stuff was there, just struggled in the zone, but Freedholm coming in and creating some stability for the Rams. Again, they find themselves down early, just like on Tuesday. Nova pitching performance. Let's talk about Carter Burnett again. He was an Asheville graduate last year. Had never pitched until his senior year. Started working with Anthony Payne, Nova pitching performance. Developed tons of velo, tons of spin. Went up to a Western camp. Really impressed Coach Beck and staff. Earns the spot on the Western Carolina Catamounts, is having an excellent freshman season, has earned a few starts. But again, just an insane amount of velo game after working with Coach Payne. So for a lot of our young pitchers that are curious about how their body should move and what workouts they should be investing in, you got to go with Nova pitching performance. It's going to be Chappie Smith, Lorenzo Lyles, and then back to the top with Zeb Swangham here in the fifth. So Smith hit the sac fly RBI in the second inning. Brought that second run across for the Rams. Hot fly to right field. Hillier over and just a step in fair territory makes the out.
Up next, number 23, Lorenzo Lyles.
So Lyles going to play for Coach Considine up at Bluefield State next year, HBCU, just over the border in West Virginia. I'd say 2.5 hours from Asheville, maybe 2 hours from Charlotte. Say 2 D2s up there that I think our guys got to look at is Bluefield State and Concord. They're both right there, about 2 hours from Charlotte, 2.5 from Asheville. People forget that those are options for us, and they both like to recruit down here. Lorenzo going to be playing D2 ball next year. Hits one up the middle here. Nice play by Trantham. Holy moly, what a play. Tay Trantham with a gold glove play to get the quick Lyles. So what a transfer. Just gets rid of it. So 4-3 on the putout. Watching the replay here.
Up next, number 2 is Zeb Swangham.
So Tay Trantham, heck of a play there by number 1. So I thought that ball had eyes for center field, and Tay takes it away. Look at that play. Excellent.
Lost 2.
What's that?
We lost camera 2.
Which one's 2?
Sorry about the count, people. I'm going to go check out a camera.
Which one is it? Okay. All right, so apparently we lost 1 camera. We'll see if we can get that back on online here. Might have to switch out with Hunter. So Zeb Swangham here with 2 outs. Takes a fastball high from Justin. Need me to hop up there in between innings? Okay, so we'll figure that out in between innings.
Yeah, I don't know why. It looked like the battery was going bad, but the battery's charged and it's on, and it looks like the phone's on, so I don't know what happened up there.
We'll get up there and give it a shot. If you lose one camera, it's not the end of the world. Ground ball here by Swangam. Picked up by Sekretarski. Throws across. And I'm going to go check out camera 2.
Now I'm going to read y'all all about Nova pitching performance. Youth, high school, and college pitchers, are you trying to take your game to the next level? Nova pitching performance is directed by Anthony Payne. Coach Payne has worked with several Western Style pitchers the last few seasons, helping make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help get pitchers pitch to the most out of their potential. If you're looking to make strides in your pitching performance, get with Coach Anthony Payne and Nova Pitching Performance ASAP. He offers in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. Nova Pitching Performance, new school data, old school grit. I'm going to give y'all a shout out. See if you see Ryan right there on that ladder next to that pole, you can see what we have to go through sometimes. So we appreciate our sponsors for helping us out and get all the cameras and these angles, fence grippers, magnet grippers, whatnot.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 3, Tommy Sekretarski.
Ball hitting to right field. Tommy Sekretarski will lead off this inning with a single.
Up next for the Cougars, number 8, Hayes Hilliard.
Okay, my money way longer than NASCAR race. I told her keep going on the gas brakes. Only here for one night.
Go, Hayes Hilliard. Haku. There you go.
Strike one to Hilliard.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the battery's on, the phone turns on. It's like the battery, it's like the phone might be so dead that the battery doesn't have enough time to like charge. I don't know. So, all right, what'd I miss?
Single by Sekretarski to right. Tay takes a 0-1 strike, and then ball gets away, and they throw it down the right field line. No runners move. Crowd doesn't like it, but that was way up, way above the letters of the Asheville on this thing.
Yeah, because I was getting it to turn back on, and then like right when I go to swipe the menu, it would just turn off. So we'll try one more time in between innings. If not, I don't want to bother anybody. Apparently that lady got a phone call from the principal while I was up on the ladder, so I ain't trying to cause no drama, especially in Buncombe County. So. So we appreciate Asheville having us in. I called Coach Hilliard before the season started to ask about this game. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
And next, number 1, Tay Tranquil.
So Tay, after making a gold glove play there in the bottom or the top of the 5th, comes to the plate here with 1 out, 1 on. So hats off to Cooper Freedholm right now, just coming in and staying dialed in that zone. I don't think he's had any free passes. He's only allowed the 2-3 singles. And that's the thing is, if you're not putting free passes on, you can spread out your hits and still be very competitive. Like Braden Surratt last night, mid-sevens, wasn't necessarily overpowering. Gave up 10 hits, but didn't walk many. I think he walked 2. Kept Pisgah in the game long enough to score enough runs of their own. He's a winning pitcher of record. Wasn't the prettiest line, but it was efficient. Ooh. Couldn't check his swing there. 2-2 count. I was wondering if he came set there. He did there, but that last pitch, I don't know if he became set. Swang picks it up, throws across, and retires Trantham by a step and a half. So 2 outs here now for the Rams.
Next, number 22, Matthew Regala.
All right, 2 outs. Tommy Sekretarski down there, second base. Be a very much needed insurance run for the Cougars here if Regala can get a hit. 0 for 2 right now. So after this third out, we're going to try to get up on that ladder one more time, fix that camera, and if not, we'll just go with the 3 cameras. Pop fly to right field. It's going to be Caden Davidson on it. So, all right, Hunter, I'll be right back.
Well, I want to thank our broadcast sponsor once again, CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more, all available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Also want to thank our travel sponsor this evening, Ion Outdoors, helping Baseball University with travel expenses we encounter throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in some cases, lodging. Here we're heading to the top of the 6th. 6th inning brought to you by House of Power. House of Power, former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed, located conveniently in Mills River. They're doing great work over there, offering one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching, strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power, facility membership. You can train on your own schedule, and cage rentals for individuals and teams. So I want to thank House of Power for being our 6th inning sponsor. Hopefully Ryan's able to get this one camera going. And we are back on camera 2. Let's go. Big shout outs to my partner Ryan for getting us on. There we go.
Back in the game.
What was it?
Just talking to Marcus out there. He's like, a lot different game than last night. I'm like, I don't know, still 1 run. But I think he's just talking about the intensity. And again, no insult to Pisgah or Smokey. They're both really good mountain teams. But, I mean, I think he's just talking about pace of game, consistency, the depth. I mean, these are just 2 of the most talented teams you're going to find on this side of the state, let alone maybe the whole state. So top 6. Game's moving along now. So J.T. Smith, Caden Davidson, and Micah Simpson up. 3 Division I caliber baseball players in a row. J.T. committed to Wofford. Caden committed to Gaston College. But, again, if you know anything about Gaston College, that's all D1 caliber ball players there. Caden going to be joining Evan Connor from Tuscola there next year. 2 of the better players in the western side of the state. They're also both playing for Post 70 Legion. All low and outside. So J.T. Smith's got a chance to tie this game in one swing. Very powerful young man, good athlete.
No dimensions posted on the left field fence, but it feels like a short porch.
No dimensions listed. Got the old looks like some sort of, it's not a clock tower, just some sort of pillar out in center field.
Some form
Probably built in the 1800s.
Some form of chimney for some industry that was here.
Ground ball, chopping in the middle. Sekretarski gets it on the bounce, throws across. Route number 1. It's a beautiful area, but this was an area that was touched up pretty tough by Helene. We were coming down
Swanville River.
Yep. Say we were driving in,
Road.
just watching near the park over there. You know, just
Carrier
all the
Park got hit hard down on Amboy, coming up the back way in off of 240.
So glad that, again, all these young men are back to their baseball careers, enjoying their high school seasons.
Okay, you come back. Here we go, buddy. Here we go, kid. Here we go.
It was tough times in Western North Carolina last fall, and still a lot of rebuilding going on. So for our athletics to be thriving, it's good for our kids.
Like Coach Hilliard's out here to talk to his pitcher. Might be a change.
See, Leo Justin's been having a really solid outing. He hasn't given up a run since the second inning. Been cruising the last few. He faced the minimum last inning, 4 in the fourth, and had a 1-2-3 in the third. So great job by the senior.
Well, let's talk about our home team sponsor this evening. Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing, posting highlights for the Asheville Cougar prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. Appreciate them being a home team sponsor tonight and all season long for the Poppy's Player of the Week.
Say we appreciate them getting on board with that award.
It's really fun to send those certificates out in the mail, and saw a week ago, Brandon Washington got his in the mail, and he posted a picture of it. And
down at East Lincoln.
It was
got
Malachi Dato this past week for East Rutherford. JT Smith.
I would say Isaac Lee, so 2 East Rutherford ball players. Andrew Wester threw a perfect game against Madison. He was our winner last week. Peyton Maven a couple weeks ago with a great outing and a great performance in the Mountain 7. Caden Davidson, pop fly to right field, hauled in by Hayes Hillier out there, having a good defensive game.
Up next, number 30, Micah Simpson.
Leo Justin having a really good outing. He hasn't K'd anybody since the second inning, and he's only got 1 strikeout. But just, pitching is all about, hitting's all about timing, and pitching's all about disrupting that timing. And
Orange Spawn.
Leo Justin doing just that this evening. So nothing but zeros since the bottom of the second. I thought we were going to have ourselves a high-scoring match, but it's turned. Micah Simpson turns on one.
Micah Nash. There it goes. Tie ball game. He is king clutch. No moment too big for TC's favorite son, Micah Simpson. Tie ball game. 2 out, line drive, home run over the right field fence.
Up next, number 1, Jake Parham.
Say Hayes Hillier having a great defensive game out in right field, but nobody was bringing that one back. Line drive just flew out of here quickly. So brand new ball game here in the 6th.
Well, we've been treated to a few this year. Could set up for a walk-off hit. Love these tight games. Love good high school baseball up here in the mountains. A lot of people around the country and even down east don't respect the mountains that often, but you're looking at 2 of the best. Micah Simpson proved that time in this game up in the deep shot to right field. You're going to get that up on the social media? Yep. Guys, let your friends, family, coaches, your teammates, whoever watching, get this link out there. It's going to be a great finish. He handles one.
That's going to stay up, though, and it's hauled in by Wilkin Lurie. Ooh, brand new ball game. Micah Simpson ties it up 3-3 with a solo bomb as we head in to, where are we, the bottom of the sixth?
Midway through the sixth, going to the bottom half. Sixth inning brought to you by House of Power. If you're looking to take your game to the next level, House of Power is a baseball and softball facility located in Mills River. If you're a baseball and softball player in the Western North Carolina area who wants to improve their skills and train like the best, check them out. House of Power, founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional ball player Sheldon Reed, offering one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, and catching, strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power, facility memberships you can train on your own schedule, and K-films for individuals and teams. Conveniently located in Mills River. Check them out online at hophendersonville.com. That's hophendersonville.com. And as part of our partnership with House of Power, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 25% discount on your first lesson. And we also want to thank Sheldon Reed and House of Power for sponsoring the big swing of the game. And there was.
Micah Simpson. Very good baseball player. Very nice young man, too. Has always been very thankful, very thoughtful. Good culture here on this TC Roberson Rams baseball club, led by Micah Simpson and a strong group of seniors. Justin Leo, Henry James, and Trent Maben to lead off here in the bottom half of the sixth. So, yeah, 3 runs, 5 hits, 0 errors for your TC Roberson Rams. 3 runs, 6 hits, 0 errors for your Asheville Cougars. Asheville got to get something going with the bats. It's been zeros since the first inning. Say Cooper Friedholm been dialed in here. Ground ball. It's going to make it up the middle, though. Base hit for Justin. He's 2 for 3.
That was an interesting at-bat there, because Friedholm was ready, Justin was ready, and the umpire wasn't ready. And once he got his mask on and said play, the pitch was thrown and the ball was hit. They were both giddy to get this started, and Justin wins that AB.
Next for the Cougars, number 4, Henry James.
So young freshman catcher up, having a bit of a tough day at the plays, catching a great game with his battery mate, but 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. The youngest ball player in the lineup tonight. Quick meeting with Coach Hillier. Oh, nope. I think he's going to do a pinch hitter here for the young man. Now, there is re-entry, so he might still finish this game behind the plate. Let's see who Coach Hillier turns to. So this is the young man, number 20. What's that number say?
Number 21, Wilson Love.
So freshman, another freshman on senior night, Wilson Love.
I fully expect a bunt to come right here.
I think Hillier would love for him to get a bunt down. So listen here, young man. No moment's too big for you. Get in there and get me a bunt down. Again, I don't know much about the young freshman, but Coach Hillier apparently believes in him enough to give him the stick in the 6th inning of a very important ball game that's got conference championship on the line here. He squared on the first one, took a ball, so we'll see what they have in store. Pulls back. So nice job by Friedholm throwing a spinner in there and not going to give him anything firm to bunt. So look at everybody moving around. Outfielders, infielders. Holy moly. Gotta love this defense. Bunts it right in front of the plate. Perfect bunt by Love. Throws to first. Oh, nice job by Chappie Smith. Turning into a first baseman there with the stretch. So great sack bunt by Wilson Love.
Up next for the Cougars, number 10, Trent Maben.
So the sack bunt.
Look at that crazy defense. You had center fielder coming in to cover second base, both infielders in, making sure they're going to cut that run down and grab that out. And that just shows you what Coach Philipek and the Roberson Rams practice day in and day out. They have perfected that bunt defense.
You can't do that just in a half-day practice. That has to be consistent.
That's like a 30-minute.
Consistency.
That's like special teams practice in football. Every day, 30 minutes, you're practicing your bum practice, and that's how you win back-to-back state championships. Little things like that.
Yeah, and see, you got to make the players want that too, because when you try to run those things and you're losing your team's attention, because it takes attention, it takes focus. So Cooper Freedholm with an excellent relief outing, and they're going to bring in C.J. Wallace here to try to keep this a tie game.
Well, I want to thank our away team sponsor, Hickory Nut Gap, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and adding and posting highlights for the TC Roberson Rams prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame.
Well, 3 1/3 worked by Freedholm of shutout baseball. 0 earned runs. Allowed 1, 2, 3, 4 singles. So spread out his hits. Here's an important number: 0 free passes. So how many Ks for the young man? 1, 2, 3. So 3 1/3, 4 hits, 0 runs, 3 strikeouts, 0 walks. Cooper Freedholm, excellent work, young man. No pitcher of record at the moment. However, the runner on second base does belong to Freedholm. So if that run were to come around, he would be potentially the losing pitcher of record now that we're a tie game. But C.J. Wallace is a very good pitcher, is a relief pitcher extraordinaire, heading to Winthrop University next year.
Oh, my mama was a Winthrop Eagle back when it was Winthrop College, though, not university. But let me tell you what, Cook, the viewership numbers are amping up. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty in this ball game.
Well, I was hoping that we would get decent viewership today. It's just always so hard when you start a game at 4:30, 5 o'clock. You know, a lot of kids are still practicing, coaches practicing, parents at work. College coaches still finishing up their afternoon practices or maybe even playing a game. So if you're tuning in, we appreciate you. This is one of the more exciting games we've covered this year. So text your friends, call your friends, let them know that you can hop on Baseball University's YouTube page and watch the final 2 innings of this baseball game live. Again, MAC championship on the line. If TC wins this game, they win it outright. If Asheville can pull off the upset, they will be co-champions here in 2025. Trent Maben, leadoff hitter, up again for a 4th time. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a hit by pitch, a single, and a run scored. Trent Maben trying to find the outfield grass here to score that run at second base. Swing and a bloop, the third base swing. Gave it a good chase, but just out of the reach of the third baseman. So C.J. Wallace, a ground ball pitcher extraordinaire, seems to have that natural sink to his stuff. Yeah, and he was a big part of last year's championship run. Gave a lot of good innings in the playoffs. Big, strong body. Got that low 3/4 delivery, a lot of zip, keeping that that ball in the bottom half of the strike zone. 1-1 count.
Let's go, boy. Here we go.
You gotta like that funky delivery, but you gotta get back in that zone too. 2-1 count. A couple shakes, but he's got the pitch he wants. There's a strike.
Here we go.
So that one spot right there, that kind of up in the top of the zone, outside corner, he seems to call that more than the bottom half of the strike zone outside corner. So got the call there. This is up. C.J. Wallace trying to go right back to that spot, see if he can get the call, but about 4 or 5 inches higher than the last delivery. Whoa, full count now.
Here we go, buddy.
So here's the pitch to Maben. Ball 4. Oh,
Oh, no, never mind. It's a delayed strike 3 call. It's there. That might be the first time I've seen that pitch called tonight. So backwards K of Maven. Ooh, big K for Wallace. Ooh, just misses hitting Lurie. So Lurie, the high point commit. 0 for 2. Had a walk and a run scored in that first inning rally for the Cougars. Hit a ball really hard in the second line drive. That was Parker Philippek made a great play in left field on. Say Coach Philippek yelling out to his right fielder a little bit, trying to get Simpson lined up a little shallower. Again, C.J. Wallace is usually who Coach Philippek turns to in a late inning jam. Relief pitcher extraordinaire. Ooh, chases the high heat, foul tip into the mitt. So had Lurie tied up in knots on that pitch. So 1-2, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Just outside. So he hadn't been calling that for most of the evening, so not a bad call. So Jay Sekretarski on deck. So you don't want to face him with runners on. So big AB here for Wallace and the Rams. Swing, pop fly, back into the net. So 2-2 count, 2 outs, 1 on. It'll be interesting if this does go into extra innings. Like, how much daylight do we really have left to finish this game? Surely we won't end in a tie, will we? Not when the championship's on the line. Swing and a drive. That's going to turn around Philippek. We see the numbers. It's going to hit the fence. Better score. Yep. So the run is in on the RBI double by Wilkin Lurie. Huge hit for the young man there. So we are
next
4-3 here.
Jay Sekretarski.
And that run will be tallied on to Cooper Friedholm. So as great as Friedholm did, unfortunately, he's the losing pitcher of record if this game ends up 4-3. Smart move by the Rams. Are going to intentionally walk Jay Sekretarski.
Now for the Cougars, number 3, Tommy Sekretarski.
So an 0 for 1 day with 2 walks and a hit by pitch for Jay Sekretarski. It's going to bring young Tommy back up. He's been having a good game. Tommy Sekretarski is 2 for 2 with a walk and a ribby. Had a good defensive game over there at the hot corner as well. Swing and a miss. Man, that ball was rocketed by Lurie. I was saying Friedholm turn around. Once I saw his numbers, I knew that ball wasn't going to be caught. It's probably 100-mile-per-hour exit velo. Sekretarski comes through, hits that ball to right field, picked up by Simpson. They're going to send the runner. He is out at the plate. Nice throw out there in right field. Actually, was that Simpson out in right field, or did they switch it around? Is that a right-handed throw or a left-handed throw on that replay? Yeah, right-handed throw, so I don't know who that was out there. To ask around here.
We head to the seventh inning, brought to you by Chad McMahon State Farm, a proud sponsor of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Just like your favorite baseball team, State Farm's here to knock it out of the park with great insurance coverage. From home and auto to life and health, they've got the right coverage to protect what matters most to you. Give Chad McMahon State Farm a call or send him a text to 828-452-0567. And also feel free to stop by his office in Waynesville. Working together with you, they'll make sure you have customized protection tailored to your individual needs with world-class local service. Chad McMahon State Farm, here to help life go right.
So that was Brooks Hemphill in right field that made that throw. So I wasn't paying attention enough to see where Simpson was, if he was still in the lineup there. That might have been one of those, I wonder if he made that defensive switch just for that inning until Micah comes up to hit again, trying to save his arm for after pitching on Tuesday. Golly, that is good management. So great game by Tommy Sekretarski, 3 for 3. Almost had an RBI there, but thrown out at the plate by Hemphill. So Wilkin Lurie right now is your
leading off for the Rams, number 17, Parker Philippe.
Your preliminary hero with the go-ahead RBI double, but here in the top of the 7th, say Leo Justin and crew still have to retire. 3 more batters. Fly ball called off in left field by Lurie. That's hauled in for out number 1. I think Lurie's going to have to end up being our player of the game here if that RBI holds true. I said Tommy Sekretarski is a great game, but you got to give it to the young man for the clutch RBI double. Game not over yet, though. Zeke Atwaters at the plate. Zeke is 0 for 1 with a walk. Say excellent job by this Asheville pitching staff.
Here we go.
Well, I don't know. Leo Justin might need to be up for consideration as well. Pitching a complete game, so we'll talk this one out because Justin having a great game at the plate too.
Battle right there, kid. Battle. Here we go, buddy. Here we go.
Ooh, defensive swing by Atwaters.
We battle right there, Warren. Here we go. Here we go. Battle up and in.
Say great defense all around today for the Cougars. Clean game, 0 errors on both sides. I haven't wrote an E down in the book all day. Swing, foul ball. I don't know, Hunter. I hate doing these player of the game sometimes because I want to focus on the team win, but, like, where's your head in this? You got Justin, potentially a complete game. He scattered.
We got some great defensive plays. You got a great pitch performance.
So he's 2 for 3 at the ninth.
3 big hits of the game. As there's strike 3.
Yeah, we might have to give it to the pitcher here, battling. So we'll see. One more out
next
here.
For the Rams, number 22, Keegan Radford.
So pinch hitter here for Chappie Smith, sending in Keegan Radford.
Okay, we said, here we go, buddy. Here we go.
Number 22, so pinch hitter. See if Phil Peck pulls the right card here with this management. He's been doing a really good job moving his pitchers, fielders around. Say it was a slow start to the game, but a fast finish. Holy moly. Say a lot of talent in this game. It shows 4-3.
Okay, get to the bag. Here we go, Keith. He's on the bag.
That's all right, guys. Come on now, you got it.
Okay, we said, Keith, let's go, buddy. Here we go.
Ooh, nice pitch by Justin. He wants the ball. He is amped. They want this win. The Cougars want a share of that MAC championship.
Okay, let's go. Keep it up, buddy. Here we go.
Strike on the inside corner.
Leo Justin. Leo like a lion out there. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a drive. That ball is down, and TC has life. Pinch hit single by Keegan Radford. Down to the final strike, final out. That's going to bring Lorenzo Lyles to the plate. Coach Philipek might be going back to his dugout here. So pinch runner is going to be number 3, Isaac Sierra. Pinch running for Radford.
Up next for the Rams, number 23, Lorenzo Lyles.
It's a big moment here for the senior center fielder, Lorenzo Lyles. Lorenzo 0 for 2 today. So tying run out there at first base. Isaac Sierra, the pinch runner for Radford. There's a strike on the outside corner.
That's all you got, kid. We go, buddy. We got to go.
Be interested to see if coach tries to put runners in motion at all here. It'd be risky, but runner goes. James throws down. Ooh, Sierra's safe. I don't know how loud the infield was on that. It seemed like James didn't know that he was running. So stolen base for Sierra. Tying runs out there for Lorenzo Lyles in a 1-1 count. Woo! What a game here. For y'all just tuning in, you can see that scoreboard out there. Asheville gotten out to a 3-1 lead early. Ground ball to shortstop. This could be it. Sekretarski across. That is out number 3, and your Asheville Cougars win on senior night. They earn a share of the MAC championship. Congratulations, Asheville. What a well-fought game by T.C. Roberson. Micah Simpson with the game-tying home run, but Wilkin Lurie comes through with the RBI double. Holy moly, what a game here in Asheville.
Again, want to shout out State Farm, Chad McComb. Appreciate him for being our 7th inning sponsor. The Cougars just about to claim that, share that MAC championship with the Rams. Unsure if they'll finish that final game against AC Reynolds, but assuming they do and they get a win, I don't know. Will they play a tiebreaker deciding game for the playoff number 1 seed? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll talk to our coaches after the game and figure out what the thing is. But we head into the Meineke postgame. Meineke's a pregame postgame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. It's West North Carolina Scout Streaming Series with numerous locations in the West North Carolina region. There's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced, whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, and wheels, AC, you name it. Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina.
And they stay there. And they stay there. And they stay there.
We're going to let the noise die down a little bit before we head into our Meineke,
Next chance to catch the Cougars
our
will be here
Meineke
in the first
post-game
round
show.
of the playoffs.
Well, we're in the Meineke game. Oh, Hunter, call you in on that here in a second. I'm tallying up the score here.
Well, Ryan, we made it through with Ethernet the entire game.
Wow.
I was sweating the playoff victory. I was sweating the MAC championship victory. I was sweating the Ethernet cable and made it through the entire game. Yeah, we're in this Meineke post game here, looking live at Asheville High School. Whew. I don't know if how they're going to do this. Are they going to finish with the AC Reynolds or what? But they have.
I'll ask after the game here, and we'll figure that out. Just trying to put my final lines together here for Justin. Sorry.
What a game.
All right, so Leo Justin, he goes the
full, complete game. Gives up 3 runs on 6 hits. I want to see how many walks he had because I feel like he filled it up pretty good. So there's 1, 2, 2 walks on the evening. That a boy. And then how many strikeouts? 1, 2. How many?
Well, you're still talking about that. I'm going to throw up this
sorry.
Patreon real quick. Want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge? Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversity WNC. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of Western North Carolina baseball we can bring you, including the Western North Carolina College Tour Series, the High School Scout and Streaming Series, American Legion Post 70 coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, playoff projections. Choose which tier is right for you at www.patreon.com/bbuniversity WNC. We'll have playoff projections up on there after tonight and tomorrow night's games as we head into Saturday when seeding takes place next Monday. And stay connected to us across all of the platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, and follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywNC. And check out our website at www.baseballu.org. Well,
Man. All right, let's go through these lines real quick. So, again, the big swing by Micah Simpson, 1 for 2 with the solo bomb. Swang, 1 for 3 at the run. JT Smith, 1 for 3. Also had 2 caught stealing on the base pass. And big shout out to Keegan Radford for 1 for 1, coming in off the bench, keeping the inning alive, but to no avail. Trent Maben, 1 for 3 at the run and a walk. Wilkin Lurie, 1 for 3 with a walk with that big RBI double to put them ahead 4-3. Jay Sekretarski, 0 for 1 with 2 walks, hit by pitch and a run. Tommy Sekretarski, 3 for 3 with a ribby and a walk. Hayes Hillier, 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk, and a great game out in the outfield. And tonight's player of the game, we'll announce it in a minute. It's time to announce that CamWood Bats player of the game, so let's thank them. CamWood, located out in Haywood County, but serves baseball and softball players all across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at CamWoodBats.com. And remember, as part of that partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through the website. Well, this is a tough one. You know, I want to give a shout-out to Wilkin Lurie, the go-ahead RBI double, but I think we're going to give it to the senior pitcher, Leo Justin, going the distance on senior night. Also going 2 for 3 with a run at the plate. Worked the full 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 earned runs, and 2 Ks. So there's been better pitching lines, but when you look at the grit and everything that happened out here on the field today, Leo Justin, congratulations on being the CamWood Bats player of the game.
well, that's it for this evening's rendition of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge's Scout and Streaming Series. Thank you again to our sponsors, Meineke, Bloom Patch Farms, Hail Tax Solutions, American Legion Post 70, Hauling Solutions and Grading, Nova Pitching Performance, House of Power, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, and of course CamWood Bats, as well as Ion Outdoors, Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn, and Hickory Nut Gap. Thank you again for tuning in. Catch our next broadcast tomorrow we travel to Drone, where the Mountain Heritage Cougars and the Drone Wildcats will battle for the Western Highlands 1A, 2A championship. Broadcast starts at 5:30, first pitch at 6. And as always, for you college coaches, if you got any questions, you can reach out to Coach Cook. Appreciate you guys. And congrats to both the Cougars and the Rams on being co-Mountain Athletic 3A, 4A champions.
MAC champs, co-champs. What a game. We're glad to bring it to you. Y'all take care. We'll see you tomorrow.